Hello everyone and welcome to SentUAMessage, where two emo losers with stupid emo haircuts answer boring questions like a couple of emos.
Well, who wrote this intro?
I got it off a YouTube comment.
Wasn't there anything more flattering you could have used?
Yeah, that was the most flattering one, to be honest.
Alright, guess we better get on with doing that then.
I'm not an emo. I just have so many important feelings. I've written a poem.
Not now. Right, enjoy the floor's mask of sanity is about to slip if he doesn't find out when Battle Block Theatre will square up to Xbox Live Arcade. Now, sadly, it looks like your spiralling descent into insanity will continue unchallenged amidst of the floor as the Behemoth, the team behind the deliriously enjoyable Castle Crashers, is keeping stum, although the Giant Chicken maintains that Battle Block Theatre will still join Xbox Live Arcade later this year.
However, the game did make an appearance at the recent Penny Arcade Expo East in Boston, that's Massachusetts, not Lincolnshire, and reports from attendees indicate that it's a competitive multiplayer-focused game with a diverse array of game modes, 3 of which were playable on the show floor.
Now, the first and most straightforward of them involves teams battling to claim the most blocks simply by touching them, but beyond that, you can expect to compete for gold dropped by a floating golden whale and battle for possession of ghosts in an off-kilter spin on Capture the Flag.
The trailer offers glimpses of other modes, including Battle Block's hectic interpretation of football and some decidedly traditional-looking platforming, with a welcome cooperative twist. The theatre, part of the game's name, isn't just for show either. It appears that these various games are actually twisted plays conducted by your treacherous friend Hattie, we're guessing he's the one in the hat, that you must survive in order to escape from the hostile island.
Now, the Behemoth is being very selective about what it reveals, but if this little taste of Battle Block's theatrics has piqued your interest, we'd advise checking out the official development blog at the address that should be appearing on screen right now. Okay, Predator752 downloaded all the House Party games and Games Room and has not received his free stuff rebate. Can someone explain why?
Yes, someone can explain why. That someone being us. As you may or may not have been aware, there was a special offer running during the House Party/Block Party promotion, whereby if you downloaded the 3 games on offer and Game Room, you'd be rewarded with a 400 Microsoft points and a free month of Gold membership if you're already a Gold member.
Of course, a cursory scan of the terms and conditions of the offer reveal that your Microsoft points will be paid in Bs.
That's not what it says at all.
Then how do you explain the 400 Bs on my monitor?
You left the window open?
Yeah, it does sound like something I do. Well, anyway, Bs aside, it does state that you should allow 4 weeks for delivery and that your Microsoft points and month of gold will arrive on or around the 30th of April this year. Not long to wait now, Predator, so you can probably kill some time by despining commando units in the jungle or something.
Right, Jamin Tucker tweeted us with a plea for more info on the mysteriously named Comic Jumper. He's also after a release date, but, reasonable chap that he is, would accept gameplay clips by way of a compromise.
Well, our new BFF, the Jaminator, is talking about the latest game from the creators of much-loved arcade gems The Maw and Splosion Man. Comic Jumper, The Adventures of Captain Smiley, to give it its full title, is a postmodern action game inspired by run-and-gun shooters like Gunstar Heroes and Metal Slug, with plenty of Twisted Pixel's trademark left-field humour.
Captain Smiley is an arrogant, rather dim superhero who just so happens to have a giant yellow ball for a head and a chest insignia called Star that not only talks, but actively hates adorning Smiley's sternum and makes no secret of it. Unfortunately for Smiley, his comic sales are dwindling, and so he calls upon his creator Twisted Pixel, told you it was postmodern, to help him jump into other comics to help rebuild his fanbase.
Now, it may sound a little like Sega's inventive Comic Zone on the Mega Drive, or Genesis for our North American viewers, but Comic Jumper's biggest USP...
USP?
Yeah, it stands for, unbelievable superhero power, I think. Well, whatever it is, Comic Jumper has one, and it's the fact that each of the 4 comics he jumps into is based on a completely different art style. This not only changes the enemies and environments, but the appearance and animation of Smiley and Star too. According to Twisted Pixel CEO Michael Wilford, the changes are so drastic that he likens it to developing 4 games in one.
From the footage we've seen, the variety extends to the gameplay too. While there is plenty of blasting, there'll also be melee combat, platforming, and quick-time events to contend with. Unfortunately, it appears that Twisted Pixel is working so hard on Comic Jumper that it's neglected to come up with a proper release date. So all we have to offer you right now is that it'll arrive on Xbox Live Arcade sometime this century. Keep an eye on Twisted Pixel's official site for in-depth interviews with key members of the development team, concept art, and screens.
Right, next up, Miko9 on Twitter is asking if you can transfer gamer profiles using a USB device.
Yes, now you can.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, what does that mean?
I don't know, let's take a look. Apparently it was to do with the Dash update that happened on Tuesday.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So you can now use a USB memory device, like this shown on screen now, to store your save games and transfer your gamer profile between consoles.
Just plug the drive into one of the USB ports in the front, or there is one in the back, then go to System Settings, Memory, and you should see your USB device listed. Then you can copy saves and gamer profiles just like you would with a regular Xbox memory unit.
Regardless of the size of your USB device, you can only use up to 16 gigs of storage. This is due to ghosts or a wizard or something.
Thomas